Hey everyone, it's Gary Anderson from Gary E. Sketch Cards here. How y'all doing? Hope you had a good week. Welcome to episode 23, where I'm starting the first of 4 Halloween-themed sketch cards. Today I am drawing Boris Karloff as the creature from Frankenstein, and this is the Universal Pictures 1931 release of Frankenstein. So it's the flat-headed, bolt-neck having Frankenstein that everybody knows and loves, and still is used to this day, almost just about 100 years later, about 90 years later, I guess. So here we go. I wanted to start the episode off this week by kind of giving the art tip of the week, if you will, and that's the underdrawing that I'm doing here right now. I'm trying to use basic shapes to sort of place where everything goes, and then I'm sort of building up the drawing, or what's called tightening up the details on the drawing as I go. And basically, whenever you start out with a drawing, whatever object you're drawing, whether it's a head or whether it's some piece of sci-fi equipment or whether it's a glass or whether it's whatever, you can generally break down any object into 3 simple shapes, which are circles, squares, and triangles, or if you want to talk 3D, spheres, cubes, and cones. And essentially, when you start it out, you want to sort of use these shapes to kind of put the rough idea down first. I know I don't do that every week. I just sort of delve in and start going, but I tried to do that this week, and it actually helped out a little bit more. So I think I need to practice what I preach here. If you go back to the beginning, you'll notice that I sort of used a rectangle to start out, putting Boris Karloff's forehead and brow in, and then I sort of tried to put in it's kind of like a home plate shape, I guess, to represent the jawline, and then I kind of built him up from there. And as you can see, I'm putting in all the details, the eyes. I'm trying to put the eye in here, the mouth, all the shadows and everything. And I kind of work my way through the head. There's really no rhyme or reason on where I start and where I finish. I imagine that there's probably a pattern from week to week. Like I'll probably start on an eye, or I'll start on the nose, or something like that. I guess I haven't really kept track, so I don't know. But I kind of wanted to point that out in the very beginning here, because I don't think I've ever mentioned that, and I don't think I've really done it in any of the episodes where I've started out with these shapes to sort of build the face and build the figure in any of these sketch cards and that. So there it is, kind of the tip of the week. Like I said, if you've heard all that before, thanks for bearing with me and watching through it. And I imagine I probably got something wrong or I missed something, so hey, let me know if I missed something. But it's there it is, the art tip of the week. Use simple shapes to set up your drawing, and then go from there, tighten in all the details, and there you go. So as I said at the very beginning, this is Boris Karloff as the creature from Frankenstein. Very common misnomer is calling the creature Frankenstein. Obviously, it was the doctor who was Frankenstein, so once again, not to be, I'm going to be that nerdy guy that's like, no, that's not Frankenstein, this is the creature made famous by Boris Karloff. That's kind of my inner movie nerd that comes out. It's such a timeless character, because even today, when you hear the word Frankenstein, people just immediately picture the 7-foot tall, elongated forehead, bolts sticking out of the neck, Boris Karloff version that was made famous in that film. And there have been several remakes over the years, and people have tried to kind of change the design up a little bit and put their own spin on it. But it pretty much rings true that if you look at anything that's Halloween and anything related to Frankenstein, he's going to have this general design that was used in the film. As I also said at the beginning of this episode, this is going to be the first of 4 Halloween-themed sketch card episodes. And I think what I'm going to do is 4 of the Universal monsters. And I wanted to do Frankenstein first because he is one of my favorite, I guess. He the reason he's my favorite is because there's this sort of glint of innocence and still a little bit of humanity that he has. And you could look at all the other Universal monsters, whether it's Dracula, the Mummy, the Wolfman maybe has a little bit of humanity left, obviously, and is kind of tragic, I guess. But Frankenstein to me always seemed very tragic as far as the Universal monsters, because he's not inherently evil as such. He's made evil by people that provoke him, I guess. You know what I mean? And without getting too political or psychological or whatever, I mean that's just how it is. There's a scene in the film where he is running away from all the villagers and they're chasing after him or whatever, and he runs into a little girl and she's not scared of him, and that kind of puts him back a little bit. But in the end, she asks him to play games with her, and he does, and he's almost like a child, and he has this innocence about him. And I won't spoil the scene. If you've seen the movie, you know the scene I'm talking about. But he does something that he thinks is logical, almost from a child's point of view, and it's just kind of sad. So I had to do him first, and plus Boris Karloff, man, nails it. I love this design. And I've always respected Boris Karloff, doing the old movies and obviously doing the voice for How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So I figured I would do the creature first. So once again, thank you so much for watching this week. Again, this is episode number 23 of Gary E. Sketch Cards. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe to my channel. Throw me a comment below. Hit like and let me know that you're watching the videos. And take care. I will see you next week with another Halloween-themed sketch card. Until then, remember your art is awesome. Always strive to improve. And take care. Have a good week, y'all.